Mic check 1, 2. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hello, hello. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to session 20 of Fasting Roll Call. Today is Saturday, June 12th. It's 1:30 p.m. This is typically not a time that I go live, but the reason I'm holding a live session right now today is because I want to stay regular on being accountable and showing everybody that what's going on with me, where I'm at in terms of my fasting regimen. And again, like I said last week, it's a point of accountability for me. Being accountable is very important in what I do in order to achieve the success in terms of my fasting. I have to stay accountable, and I really wanted to do a higher production video for this week. I just have not had time. I've had a super busy work week, and I just have 8 million things going on. So I figured if I can't put a higher production video, I can at least do a live fasting roll call. And it's a good way for me to interact with people who are either thinking about fasting or are currently fasting or are just a fan of the channel. So before I go ahead and continue on, I will say hi to everyone in here, since we have a smaller, more maintainable group that I can say hi and talk to. So I'll do some Q&A as well. This is going to be a shorter live stream today, because actually I'm getting a haircut in half an hour or in an hour, but I need to go to the barber shop, obviously. So I have to cut it by 2:20 or so. We'll see. Dragon 1269 MN, number 1. Hi. Yeah, you are the first. How's it going? Levon? Am I saying that right? Hey, hope you're doing good. I am well. Hope you're doing well as well. Arini? Am I saying that right? Let me know. Hi, how's it going? Want to go home? I like that. Yes. How's it going? Cynthia, hello. Burn 30, day 6, straight water. Let's go. Day 6. I'm on day 5, but I am breaking today. We'll talk about it. Congrats to you on day 6. Well, straight water, that's more impressive, because I've had an occasional pop or diet pop, not like a sugar pop. But good for you, Burn 30. Good for you. Mr. E, how's it going? I'm on my 4th back-to-back 90+ hour fast. I'm down 22 pounds. Congrats. I love to hear that. Love to hear just any kind of success. I mean, even if it's not successes, that's what this is for. And to see that you're down 22 pounds after doing 4 of them back to back, that's amazing. Congrats, Mr. Ian. And that's what's great about fasting roll call is we can come in here, we can like check in and be like, hey, this is what's happening. Here's where I'm at. I need help. And I think it's just a good way to just keep motivating each other. Arini says, thanks. Got started. Now 7 days fast. Good for motivation. I eat like a pig after fasting. I'm the same way. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing later today. So you can hear me. Great. I'm glad. Hey, Jasmine, how's it going? Hello, fasting family. Anjana, am I saying that right? Anjana, it's great to see you. It's great to see you too. Hello. Been doing 65s the last month, down 25 pounds. Guys, I love to hear this. I love that you guys are also using a very familiar number because 65s and 90s, those are the numbers that I typically am doing. I'm a little more than that right now, but 65s and 90s are usually my go-to when it comes to fasting. Brian, how's it going, man? What up, Brian? How are you? Hopefully you're well. Nice to see you, man. All thanks to me. I mean, like I'm glad I can be a motivation, but like just know that a lot of that is also on you. It's your work and the effort that you put into it. I'm just here to help and share my story as well. Shai, how's it going, Shai? Excited to see you. Hi, Shai. Welcome. Anyone take electrolytes during prolonged fasts? Yes, I do. Everybody should. I wouldn't. I would take electrolytes even when I'm doing my 65s and 90s, I take electrolytes. Crispy, how's it going? 65 hours or days? Hours. So if you're new or you're unfamiliar with how this works, I have done like a 90-hour fast. I'll refeed real short, like a 2, 3, sometimes a 4-hour, and then I'll do another 90-hour fast or a 65-hour fast. For those that don't know, and I'll just share this since I'm here, I have lost a good amount of weight since then. Lost about 96 pounds at the most. I mean, honestly, if we want to go through real numbers, I've lost over 100 pounds. I used to weigh over 235. Not that I weigh 135 right now. At my lowest, I hit 124.4, but that's the struggles of fasting or losing weight, or someone like me who has issues losing weight. Because I have never, and that's the topic of today's live stream, is I have never found success in weight loss or maintaining any kind of weight loss, because I would lose weight and then I would gain it back quickly, or I'd lose weight. And like, if I was lucky, I'd get through like a month or two of keeping it off, and then I'd gain it all back and then some. So just to answer your question, 65-hour fasts followed by a short refeed and then another 65-hour fast, repeat. And so today's June 12th. So today marks, right? June 12th. Yeah. Today is actually, right? Yeah. Today is 21 months of me doing this process of fasting for 65 to 90 hours, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, sometimes fucking up and eating 6 days in a row. But that's part of the process. And that's something that I want to share too, is I remember when I was so automatic with what I was doing that I was consistently losing weight and performing these fasts over and over and over. People are like, you did it. What's left? And the thing is, and this is for everybody, it never ends. You're going to have to keep up. You're going to have to maintain the weight loss. And that's something that I've been struggling with ever since I hit goal. And like, I've been up in weight. I'm currently at a weight that I'm happy at, but I know I can afford to lose a little more. And I'll talk about that in a second. The fasting champion himself. I wouldn't say that, Tiffany, but thank you and welcome. Crispy, welcome as well. Amin. Hey, Jerome. Hi, Amin. Nice to see you. Welcome. Alrighty. Let me see here. Isaac says, does water fasting heal arthritis and anxiety? So I can't speak to the arthritis part. Maybe there's somebody in chat that can help you with this. I'm sure there's other info, but personally for me, I mean, I don't have arthritis, so it's not something that I've noticed. In fact, I do have issues with my knee. I might have knee tendonitis or something. Brian would be better answering that question. But fasting doesn't help my knee. It still gets messed up, and I have to wear a knee brace now when I do walks. For those that don't know, I walk a lot. I walk 4 or 5 miles a day. I live in the city of Chicago. Also, if it's very loud, my AC is on, and I apologize for that. It is like 90 degrees out. I live on a 3rd floor walk up, and like the heat just rises up here, and it's awful. So I have to, if I don't turn the AC on, it's like an oven in here. Anyway, as far as anxiety, I don't, so like I do deal with anxiety, but I will say when I fast, when I am good about my fasting and not eating day after day after day, because I have an issue with eating. I overeat. I do have a form of disordered eating. And when those days happen, when I'm having bad days and I'm overeating, I feel like shit. Mentally, I'm not there. Physically, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out. I'm embarrassed. And so for me, fasting is not only a physical benefit, but a mental one as well. Something that a lot of us should consider. It is an important thing. It is an overall, fasting isn't for everyone, but I think for people who deal with weight issues or some form of disordered eating, it might be an answer. Again, I don't tell people how they should fast or how many hours they should fast for. I just try to help implement better methods of doing it, or sustainable methods, and then you cater it to what helps you. Anyway, Isaac, I hope that helps somewhat. Jacob says, do you try to be less active while water fasting? Initially, I did, Jacob. Hello, by the way. When I first did it, I was always very like lethargic. I was tired. I had headaches. I was nauseous. But because I've been doing it for so long, nothing. I can do a 4 or 5 day fast. I still walk 4 or 5 miles a day. I can still go to the gym and lift weights. Yeah, my lifts are not super heavy. They're much better after a refeed, but for me, it works. For other people, I think it's just a trial and error thing that you're going to have to take time and figure out what works for you. Yeah, my job's very active. So I was thinking of, so yeah, like, I mean, for the most part, if you're active most of the day and you're fasting, obviously you're putting yourself at a very high caloric deficit. If you're tired and you don't want to do any other, like, you're still going to benefit from a fast and being active in your job. I wouldn't beat yourself up about not like doing an intense workout and like, even for me, when I work out, I go for a walk. I don't jog. I don't run. It's not my jam. I don't really care for jogging or running. And not to say that, it's not a good thing. I do like bike riding. I do like lifting weights, but that's the extent of what I do physically. Jacob also says, enjoy the videos. Glad you've been going live lately. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully these videos have been helpful. It seems like it has been for a lot of people. Anjana, hi. I was just making sure I was saying it right. Is it good to combine intermittent fasting and keto diet together? So like for me, if I could do this is how I ideally, in a perfect world, I would be fasting and combining a more ketogenic or low carb lifestyle, because for those that know, who have seen my other videos where my episodes of refeed or break fast where I don't eat the cleanest. I don't eat keto. I don't eat low carb. I eat pretty much anything I want. I have tried to make it better over time, which I have, but there is nothing wrong with combining the two together. I would, again, for a lot of people, it is a lot of trial and error to see what works for you. I'll say this again, which is what I said last week. The best fast, the most ideal fast, the best way to lose weight is the one that you can be consistent with. That is the absolute best way, because just because I was doing 90-hour fasts, eating 6,000, 7,000 calories and doing another 90-hour fast, repeating that process for months, that's not ideal for everyone. Not everyone wants to eat 6,000, 7,000 calories. Not all people can do that in a 3-4 hour time frame. And there are a lot of people who can eat much less. And so they can taper off how long they're fasting for, or they can extend it and lose quicker weight or lose the weight faster than I can. But like I said, today is June 12th, and this is 21 months. Today marks 21 months of me doing this consistently. Hasn't always been perfect, but it has been consistent more than inconsistent. Anyway, Anjana, welcome. Irini says, oh, please make a Facebook group and make challenges fasting. So I should. It's just there's so many people that want me to do all these other platforms. I do have a Patreon, which I have not. I did post last week, and I haven't been able to do it this week. Irini, I will look into it. I would love to do something where we all talk and get together, but something I'll consider. It's just I've been so busy with work that I just haven't had time to do a lot of this, but I will definitely consider it. Janika, please let me know. Hey, I'm a new fan. Thank you for your content. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you supporting. I appreciate it. Thank you. Dragon also says, has anyone had uric acid increase during fasting? Blood work improved, but uric acid was off the charts. A week later, got gout. Yeah, that's nothing that I can honestly relate to. So hopefully you can find some answers there. Let me know what ends up happening. Peace, love. So happy to see you. Nice to see you. Peace, love. Welcome. Yeah, Ajna says, once I start eating, I just can't stop. I think I have an issue with food. That's me. That's me to the T. That's exactly me. That's my life. That's something I deal with every day. Every day of my life, even the days I'm fasting, there are I won't say every day is difficult, but I have a lot of difficult days. And in the last 3 months or so, especially with this new workload I have been very stressed out. I stopped really posting on YouTube. That accountability was not where it used to be. And I let a lot of things go and I ended up gaining weight. And it's just something that happens. And so now I'm just trying to find that balance, that work-life balance, and get things back in order. But you know what? I'll say this, Anjana, for you to even recognize that you have or you might have an issue, to look at it head on, to admit that hey, there's something going on. That's, to me, that was something that I had a hard time doing. I knew I always had issues. For people that don't know, and I've shared this in the past, I've gone to therapy for this. I've gone to therapy to try to figure out why I'm the way I am, why I eat the way I do. And a lot of it is emotional eating. A lot of it is a way to escape my problems, to escape a heavy workload, to just forget about everything and just eat everything to comfort me. But then after I finish doing all of that, the next day I feel like shit and everything is off. Again, these are just things to recognize, and hopefully it's something, again, that's why I love doing these, because it helps not only me, obviously, to talk it out and be honest and transparent, but I hope that it helps a lot of you as well, that you can hear what I say or read the chat and see what other people are saying. And you're yeah, this is me. I have these similar issues, and maybe we can work on it together in a way. That's what Fasting Roll Call is, right? It's a place for accountability. It's a safe space where we can talk about our successes and our failures. And I say this every Fasting Roll Call, but I want to keep pounding that point down. Is it I'm not here to brag about my fasting every time I'm on here. I'm not here to brag about all the weight I've lost over and over and over. I'm here to talk about hey, this has been working for me. This might work for some of you. There have been some bad days. There have been some awful days. There have been some awful weeks, especially the last 3 months for me. Gaining some weight back hasn't been easy on my mentality. My mindset has been so off because of it. And doing this is a lot more helpful, or at least it's helpful for me and hopefully for you as well. And I feel like I've lost track of what I was saying here. So I'm going to keep scrolling down here, and I'm going to get into my content before I get back into chat here. Do you ever have people in your life try to tell you not to fast anymore? And if so, how do you respond? So I think I touched on this a little bit last week. I do have people in my life, or I've had people in my life tell me not to fast. I've had people tell me that it isn't healthy. I've had people tell me that I'm killing myself. I've had people tell me when I initially started doing it that I was going to die. And I think a lot of people are genuinely, they say these things because they're concerned, right? They genuinely care about you, or at least that's my assumption. Like, I know there are family members, actually no family members have told me this, but I've had people who, I won't say that they think they know more than me, but sometimes it feels like that, right? And it's just like, well, why don't you just do this, this, and that? And when I say this, this, and that, I mean, why don't you just eat a reasonable amount of calories per day? Why don't you just work out? Why don't you just, do you know what I'm saying? They tell you all the things that you already know that you should be doing. But for someone like me, I can't do that. I can't limit my carbs. I can't limit my calories. I can't go like do these like all of these like super high intense workouts or whatever. That's just, it's not what I do. It's a reason I've been overweight, obese, morbidly obese my entire life. There's a reason that it's been like that. Like, and I'm just like, here, show, like, as a kid, I've always like, you know what's funny? I talk to people, and you know, when people talk to me about weight loss or whatever, they're like, yeah, I was skinny when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and then when I got older, I gained weight. And like I feel for people like that, but at the same time, in my head, sometimes I'm just like, well, you're lucky, because I have never been a normal. I mean, now I'm at a normal range, but like in the 40 years of my life, it's taken me 40 years to find a way to find a healthy average weight. And as a kid, as a teenager, an adolescent, whatever, as a young adult, I have always been overweight to the point of most of my life being obese and then morbidly obese. And I don't really touch this topic shy with a lot of people, because for the most part, if people feel a certain way, you know, I'll be like, I understand. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, listen, like I used to be diabetic. I'm not diabetic anymore. I used to have high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure anymore. You know, all of the health benefits mentally, the depression, like feeling like embarrassed to go out, like all of that a lot of that has subsided. Like it's still there, but like, I know my benefit. I know the benefits of me doing it. I know that it's put me in a much healthier place, and nobody can take that away from me. And nobody should take that away from you. Now, I can't, unless I know exactly what you're doing and what's healthy in your terms or not, like you have to assess that yourself as well. Like, obviously, if I told you guys I'm doing 12-day fasts and I'm not taking any electrolytes and I'm walking 10 miles a day, like, yeah, there would be some concern. But you guys have seen, I've shown you everything I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how I'm feeling, and that I can still work and play and work out and do all these things. Like, I know that I'm in a good space. I know even in a mental capacity, I'm in a good space. So really, how do I respond? I'll tell you, most people haven't, at this point now, like a lot of people know that I've lost all this weight, and so nobody even questions it anymore, because it's kind of like, they're like, well, he did it and he's good. And I mean, I also have a very transparent social media platform where people see all of that happening. So maybe they watch it as well. The only other way I can think of responding is to just kind of share like, hey, like I'm taking the electrolytes and things I need to stay healthy. Like, I'm not overdoing it. I mean, again, these are things that I guess I would say if people were coming up to me about it. But yeah, I don't think there's one final answer for that, but hopefully that helps, Shy. Hopefully that helps. How do I motivate myself back on a long fast? This is something I've had an issue with in the last 3 months since like I started this like new work gig. at one point, work was so overwhelming for me that I was eating to relieve that stress. The fact that I wasn't posting on YouTube or Instagram or whatever was like another reason to like secretly do all these things. And like, um so I'll tell you now, like, and I'll just share with you since we're talking about it. I'm currently, actually, it's almost about to be 110 hours. So I'm 4 days and 13 hours. 4 days and, sorry, I got a message on Instagram. 4 days and 13, 14 out, 10, whatever. So I'm on a longer fast right now. And there were actually, this past fast, I wanted to break early. And I told myself, well, I'll tell you right now, I no longer have bigger clothes to wear. I said this last week. I've said it many times. I wear a boy's size large. Like I wear a very like slim, snug fit. And me gaining, even right now, like the fact that I've gained like 6-7 pounds or so, like from where I want to be, makes this not as flattering as I'd like it to be. So to sometimes help me on these longer fasts, I think about my refeeds, and like I know how I feel after my refeeds, and I feel super bloated. And I know that if I continue to just like do shorter fasts and eat 6,000, 7,000 calories, I'm going to gain that weight like I have. And these clothes are not going to fit. And I told myself I refuse to buy any size bigger than boys large at this point, or any size bigger than size 28 waist pants. And for me, that's just a motivator, because I know that, one, it's summer and everyone is like wearing, like, nobody's wearing hoodies right now. Nobody's wearing big sweaters or jackets to hide anything, because that's what I used to do. Now I only have t-shirts and polos and like my size 28 pants or whatever. So that's a way to help motivate me, is to know that like the outcome of me like slipping is not going to be great. But I also know that like I don't want to put myself back. So like I'll tell you this too. When I talk about the mental part and being in a shitty, like feeling shitty about myself, feeling like I'm embarrassed and I don't want to be out, and like I think everyone's looking at me like in a like unflattering way, even though I know that's not true. That's something I've had issues with like my whole life. I think about those things and I realize that like if I continue my fast and I do like the 65s to lose weight, or so like for me, doing 65 or 90-hour fasts followed by a 7,000 calorie refeed will let me continue to lose weight. If I do a 42 minimum, I usually maintain my weight. So I can't eat back-to-back days. I have to do at least a 42-hour fast to maintain my weight, or something a little longer to lose weight. And that's also combined with like my working out. If I'm not walking or whatever, that's gonna like make things even more complicated. So I think about the mental part of it. I think about how I feel physically. Like, I don't know if other people relate to this, but like when I work with the people I work with or my clients, doing a Zoom call or meeting them in an office situation or whatever, like I don't want to be embarrassed and feel weird. And again, like I know a lot of that is in my head, but for me, that helps. It helps me realize that like, hey, like you don't want to feel like this, because I know what happens. It becomes a downward spiral where I'll just eat back to back to back days, and like everything just goes off the rails. That's right now, I think that's the best way it motivates me. I know when I do get hungry, like super hungry, and I really want to break, I'll go for a walk, especially if I haven't walked for the day. I'll go for a walk, or I'll take a shower, or I'll do something to keep me busy. I'll play a video game, or like I'll surf the net. I'll watch a YouTube. Like, you have to keep your mind busy. Just remember, it is mental. Remember that too. Remember the things that I've said before, is it's such a mental game. That hunger will pass. The food will always be there for you later. It's not going anywhere. Even if it's like a pizza place that friends are going to or whatever, now that like COVID is like settling down, at least here in the States, like, yeah, you might be unfortunate and not attend a social gathering, or like I have to attend a social gathering today. I'm breaking today though. But like in the past, I have attended social gatherings and I didn't eat. And it's just something that like you have to set your mind to. It's such a mental game. It is such a mental game. I think that was a long-winded answer, but hopefully that helped. Peace, love. We are like you. We eat. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us struggle with very similar things. Jill, how's it going? Hey, Kuya. 24-hour fast or OMAD has gotten easier for me. That's great, but I can't get over the mental aspect of wanting to eat every day. So it's so hard to get to 36 hours. Any advice? I feel that, and I'll tell you one of the ways that really showed up for me was when I transitioned from 65-hour fasts to 42-hour fasts. When I had the luxury of eating every other day, there were times where I was like, oh, it looks like I might be gaining a little bit of weight. Let me do a 65. And I couldn't do it because I was so used to eating every other day. The only way to break that is the mental game. It is the mental game. The one thing that I've been telling myself, which might help you, and please, for anyone else, if it's helped you as well, let me know, is that you are not going to die if you push your fast another 12 hours. And I'm not saying that like you have to know for yourself that you're not gonna, but like if you're taking your electrolytes and you're in a healthy state, like, yes, you're not going to die from doing a 24 or a 36 or even like me, a 65 or a 90-hour fast, especially because I have extra fat to burn, right? Like if I had lost all the excess body fat and I was actually like literally like burning muscle or wasting away, like that's obviously a different story. And that's obviously a different issue altogether that like I really cannot speak to, because I won't say I haven't been in that situation, because when I weighed 124.4, I really felt like I was looking myself in the mirror and I'm like, I could lose a little more weight. When now I look back at those pictures and I'm like, no, that's not a weight. I don't want to be at that weight again, because yeah. But anyway, if you have excess body fat, if you have more fat to lose, you can tell yourself that you can push another 12. It is just the mental part of doing it. Just like you said, just now that you're able to do 24s, now that you're able to do OMAD, and it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Because remember, a lot of people feel this way. Before, 16-hour fasts were daunting for a lot of people, right? Think of where you're at now. Think of what it's like when people tell me, they're like, I've done these extended fasts. I don't know why it was so easy before and I can't do it now. It's mental. It is mental. You're so used to eating every day or every other day or whatever it is that you can't get over that hump, because your mind, it's probably, and there's a hormonal thing too. And I can't remember if it's is it the leptin or the whatever the hunger hormone is. It's been a while since I've done the science behind it, but yeah, that's really the best way I can share that. Okay, I gotta move on. I'm not even talking about my content today, but that's okay. I don't mind going through these, because how much time do I have? I have about 20 minutes. So let me see here. Peace Love says, you understand most of us and you're a great resource to achieve goals of weight loss. Thank you, Peace Love. Thank you so much. Moo, how's it going? Hey, Jerome, just came in now and that was perfect. Friends who think they know more about losing weight, giving advice. I have those in my life and just acknowledge them and move on. I mean, really, and that's all you can do. It's kind of like sometimes you just have to, I won't say swallow your pride, but just sometimes you have to bite your lip, right? Because I feel like, especially if you watch, I'm not saying I know everything, but I feel like I have a good grasp at what I'm doing, that I've been doing it for so long that like at this point, for people to question it, it's like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Like I used to weigh 235 pounds at 5'3", and like I've been able to like keep this weight off now for over 20 months, 21 months today. But Moo, welcome to the stream. American Devil, the accumulation of negative input from others on fasting takes a toll on my resolve. And American Devil, welcome, by the way. It's tough. I will say that a place like this, I think, is a good way to kind of at least roll back some of that, to at least give you a little push to let you know that, like, hey, it's okay. It's the one thing I said this last week too. If any of you are doing longer fasts, or even if you're struggling with a 16-hour, whatever it may be, even if you're just trying to find a way to lose weight and you're just like, this is so tough, I can't do this. Like, why does everyone else get to eat everything they want to eat and not gain weight and da 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 da? These are things that I tell myself, or used to tell myself every day. Just know that you're not the only person. If you're having a rough time and you're just like, you can't deal with it, and you just think that like you're the only person, like, hello, right here. I've been doing this for a while. You guys have seen like where I've been, like where I'm at now. So please know you're not the only one. American Devil, welcome. Janaya, how's it going? So happy to see you, Jerome. You look great. Thank you. I've lost 45 pounds so far. 45 to go, Janaya. Congrats. It's nice to see you. I'm glad things are going well. Welcome. June VV, thank you from London. Hi from London. Hi, June. Welcome. So glad I found you. I'm glad you found me. Jerome, you have changed my life. That means so much to me just in the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much. June, I appreciate that. It's June, welcome, by the way, if I didn't, but I just want to say here, and I want to share this with you guys, because I will tell you right now, if it was up to me, if I could not do any other work, but just do finally fasting, I would do this full time. I would make videos every day showing my life and my accountability and my transparency, because it helps me stay focused. It helps me stay healthy. And I've said this many times, health and happiness, those are my number one priorities. And they have been ever since like I started this. I have transitioned my life into health and happiness being number one. Without your health, like, you have nothing. And happiness comes with a lot of that, because you feel better. And I'm not just talking about physically, you feel better mentally. And I don't think there's anything that feels better than just being in a good physical, healthy state, in a good mind state, feeling confident about yourself. Like, that's priceless. For people, again, who have asked, like, how do I keep from like breaking and like going over and like cycling out? Like, think about those things. Think about your health and your happiness. Think about how you feel when you are in a much better physical state, better mind state. Like, there's no better feeling than that. So and again, like, if it was up to me, I just do this every day, but like, it's just, it can't pay for my rent. It can't pay for my health insurance. Maybe one day it's something I still like toss back and forth. Like, I'm just going to like give everything up and just do this. But I would have to really push. I would have to have like a ton of support behind. But anyway, for another day, guys, Okay. I'm just going to like quickly go down. Hi, everybody. By the way, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming on a Saturday afternoon. I know it's nice out and people are probably out doing things, but thank you for stopping by. Did I just get Keith Hamilton, with a 40 pound super chat. Keith Hamilton, thank you so much. Hey, Jerome, great to see you on at a UK time. Keith, thank you for stopping by when I can watch you live rather than at 2 a.m. Glad to be in the accountability crib. Keith, first of all, thank you for the support. That is such a generous donation. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could make a live. I'm glad to like say hi to you. And I should really like swap times around whenever I'm free. So Keith, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Okay, let me go back up here. How much time do I have? Okay, guys, I have 15 minutes. So I do want to go through chat, since like, well, we might as well keep this as like a Q&A thing. Okay. Sorry, I've lost my place now. um, Give me a second. Sorry, guys. Do you weigh yourself daily? I do weigh myself daily, or only at the start and end of a fast. I weigh myself daily because it helps me. First of all, it helps me keep track of what I'm doing. That's how I've learned that 65-hour fasts work for me. That's how I've learned that 90-hour fasts work for me. Doesn't mean that you have to weigh daily. Doesn't mean that you have to weigh at all. You have to do what works for you. But yes, if you're asking me personally what I do weigh myself daily. I weigh every morning. Sometimes I'll weigh after I go for a walk. It depends. Sometimes I'll do it more than once a day. I have a very unhealthy obsession with the scale. I feel like I'm a lot better with it now, but it was an issue for a while, and it still kind of is in a way. Callaway, welcome. Which app do you use to track your fasts? I use the Zero app. What's your ratio of electrolytes? Sodium tetraborate? I don't use that, but I do use sodium, potassium, and magnesium. I have a video on it, American Devil. If you look at my playlists, I think it's in like the finally fastings, frequently asked questions. So you could check there. I don't have the numbers offhand. Honestly, when it comes to a lot of these, I'll just put like a bit of salt under my tongue, especially like times when I'm hungry. And then everything else is just like, yeah, I don't even know if I have a specific number. I kind of just take it as it comes, but I do take it daily. This is something I hear a lot. It's very challenging when you have to cook for your kids every day. I have friends and family who have children as well, and that is a very difficult thing. I've had people tell me that sometimes, even when it's cleaning up after their kids and they have food there, like a leftover chicken nugget, they'll just like mindlessly eat it because they're so used to doing it. Definitely tough. Me living by myself, cooking for myself, it's not as hard, but I will say when I lived in LA, when I was working there, I worked with other guys who were tall and skinny and lean, and they went out when I started doing this fasting regimen, they would go out for lunch or dinner, and I would go with them, and I'd sit there and I'd either just have a water or a Diet Coke. And so I know what it's like. I'm not saying that like I can completely relate because I don't have kids, but I can understand. I can empathize. Again, I also live in Chicago where like I walk 4 or 5 miles a day and you smell food everywhere, especially right now in the summer. Everyone's eating out, everyone's doing things, and it's just, I get it. And I have another June with also a 40-pound super chat. June, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. Any of this support helps do what I do, and it helps encourage me to like keep doing these things. And I just thank you. I know I sound like a broken record every time I like thank people. I just don't know how else to thank you guys. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me scroll down here. HL, hi, you are inspiring. Love your channel. Thank you. I have sleeping problems while fasting. Do you have the same problem? How do you deal with it? When I was in LA, when I was living in LA and I first started doing this, when I started doing extended fasts, I had a very hard time sleeping. And at the time in LA, I lived in a very small studio, but this studio is actually smaller than when I lived in LA. But then I only had a bed. I didn't even have a couch. And so for me, it was easier to put myself to sleep or try to sleep. You hear this all the time. Sleep is very important, and I stand behind that. I think it's important that you get your 7-8 hours or whatever it is a day. I still have trouble with that, but moving away from the monitor and electronics in your phone an hour before you sleep is what they recommend. Turning all the lights off is what they recommend. For me, keeping a cooler room, I think, is really helpful. Like I don't like sleeping in the heat anyway, so that's helpful. But sometimes it's hard to turn your mind off, and I don't know if fasting has been an issue because of that? I mean, sometimes it has, because I know that when I refeed and I eat 6,000 calories, I fall asleep immediately. I go into like a food coma and I go to sleep. I do have issues with sleeping, but really the only way I deal with it is I kind of fight through it. I wish I had a better answer. It is one of the things that I need to be better about. And I always say that. And I think until I get to that point is the only time I can really share with you. But HL, hopefully some of that has been helpful. Welcome though, by the way. The extras, I'm doing a 2-week fast starting Monday. Good luck to you, the extras. Let me know how it goes. Let us know how it goes. Ghrelin, that's what it is. Leptin is the other one. Leptin is the suppressant. Sometimes I feel like I never have leptin. Leptin's the one that says, no, you're full. Ghrelin is the one that tells you you're hungry. And that's something that I've learned too, is that ghrelin again is the hunger hormone, the hormone in your body that tells you you're hungry, you should eat. And from what I've read, or at least what I've researched, ghrelin comes in waves, right? When you're hungry, it comes, and it usually comes around the same time you eat. And if you can let that pass, if you can let that hunger hormone pass during that time frame, that ghrelin will subside. And then the next time that time frame comes around, it's less and less. So again, like I've said, remember, it comes in waves. That hunger will pass, and it just might be hormone related. Milovan Panzalovich. I have this thing about getting names proper, and I know I'm butchering that. Panzlavich, maybe. Milovan, welcome. Greetings from Serbia. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by from Serbia. It's always nice to see people from outside the States come in here too. I'm always amazed at how other people around the world will watch or tune in. I think the hunger hormone peaks at the times. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a learned response. And that does make sense, Anjna. Thank you. I used to do rolling 48 and 72s like a boss, gained 20 pounds during the pandemic, which I think is an issue that a lot of people have had and can't get back on track with fasting. I work from home and thought it would be easier. You are motivating. Thank you, Sweet Tea. Hopefully you find that motivation to get back on it. Hopefully these live streams help. Hopefully when I start putting out more regular videos, they help as well. It's something that I want to keep doing. So let me know. Let me know how you go with that, or that like you can get back into that rhythm and get back on track. Bunny JM. Hi, Bunny JM. I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm so late, but I'm here anyway. It's okay. I do these very like impromptu and like there's no notice. It's been so bad to fast these past couple of months. I'm the same way. And I gained so much. It's okay. It's okay. I've been there. I'm there right now. I'm at a higher weight than I want to be. I think I'm in the 160s now. I know, super disappointed, but it's never too late. It is not too late for anyone. It isn't at all. Bunny JM, it's nice to see you. Please let me know how you're doing. Hopefully like these streams are helpful, but it's nice to see you. I'm so like, for people that don't know, again, I used to weigh up to 235 at one point. And like I dropped down to as low as 124.4. And even during the pandemic, I lost all that weight. I was really good about losing that weight. And I was very consistent. After I got down to 124.4, I started going to the gym and I put more weight on. I put a little muscle on too, I think. And I brought myself back up to around 140, which is like, I was very happy at that weight, 140. And then I started this new gig for work. And that 140, luckily, did not, like, I was still fasting, but I wasn't consistent. I was very inconsistent. I wasn't posting on YouTube regularly. So it was easy for me to stray. And so that brought me into the low 150s. And so currently I'm in the high 140s. So like I'm about 10 pounds more than where I want to be. It's not the end of the world. And I'm glad that I've been able to still find consistency, and I've been finding better consistency lately, but I'm on the struggle bus too. So I feel you. I'm with you guys. And that's why I want to keep talking about where I'm at and how I'm doing, because it's important. My goal is to get to 135 to 138. That's the real goal I want to get to. Right now, I'm at 149 point something. Like I don't feel like I still fit into all my clothes. I still feel like I look good, but I know I could lose a little more. Like I know I have a little more like around the waist area or whatever. Like I'm very critical of myself, but anyway, I feel you guys. I do. Shiloh with a $40, guys. My goodness, God, guys, you Shiloh. First of all, hi. First of all, I already said first of all, hi. Second of all, thank you for the generous donation. Been back on the wagon, and your streams help so much. Shiloh, I'm glad they've been helpful. I also know you posted on Patreon, and I need to respond to you guys. I need to give you guys an update as well. Thanks, Jerome. Thank you, Shiloh. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your transparency, even on Patreon, and sharing how things are going. I that's why I love doing this, guys, because I think it's so important to like to how can I say it, to just come to terms with where we're at and what we're doing, because the more aware we are of what we're doing, the better we are at recognizing like, hey, no, I'm fasting right now. I'm not about to eat 17 bags of Doritos and 3 pumpkin pies, which you guys know is my favorite. So I do think it's very helpful to have things like this. So I'm glad that it's been helpful for you too, Shiloh. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you. Greetings from Turkey. Guys, hi, X. Welcome. It's nice to see so many people from around the world. I'm on rolling 40-hour fast. That's great, Jared. Welcome on my third. Congrats. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the stream. Gavin says, I went 225 to 184 in 2.5 months, doing rolling 72s and 48s. Congrats. Fell off the wagon for a few weeks and went back up to 200. Isn't it crazy how quickly it goes up? I mean, even for me, like these last 3 months, I know that like I've only put on like 10 or so, but I've been struggling because I would like eat 6 days in a row, and then I would like feel really guilty and then do like a 7-day fast. And like, that wasn't the proper way of doing it. Finding it very hard to get back onto the rolling fasts. Gavin, I don't know if you came in here late, but I gave a little advice on keeping the mental part of it. Just remember, a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is maybe just like coming here, being accountable, sharing like our story, sharing with the chat, and going on from there. But Gavin, you've done it before, and I know you can do it again. I know all of you guys can. For people who this is a lifelong thing. I know people in the past have said, well, you did it, you hit go, you're there. And it's just not how it goes. Mariana, hi, caught another live stream. Welcome, Mariana. Victoria, I love your channel. Glad you're back. Do you take meds for your diabetes? I used to take meds. I don't take meds anymore because my blood sugar is under control. Even after a fasting day, my blood sugar can be as low as like 65, 70s. Like, and it's crazy because I've been diabetic for a long time. I've been diabetic since I was 22. I'm 40 years old now. So I've been diabetic for 18 years, and it's almost amazing how even after 18 years of being like obese and morbidly obese, that the diabetes has reversed itself because of me just losing the weight. How are you able to eat a whole pie and not have it affect your blood sugar? It's because of what I do. It's because I fast for long periods of time. And then even after a whole like 60, or even after a whole refeed, I just do another one. I don't eat back-to-back days. A lot of it is because of that. And it's not something that a lot of people can do, but it's, for me, it's something that works. June BB, thank you for being a member. I don't even do this member part. Like, I thank you for doing that. Please do not feel obligated. I don't like sharing this because I know I haven't been as, like regular on it, but like June BB, if you want more like content from me, please like feel free to check out my Patreon if you want to support there. I do appreciate you doing this here, but like know that like if you want, you can go to patreon.com/finally fasting. That's where I do accountability posts and talk to other members who are there. But June, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. G Lee, watching your videos helped through 42, 44, and 50-hour fasts. I'm glad that it has. I hope you know you have helped me so much. I'm so glad. If there's anything that I can take away from this, it's the fact that I've helped so many people. Guys, it is 2:20 p.m. I have to get my hair cut in 10 minutes, so I need to get moving. I'm just going to go through my notes really quick because I do need to get out of here. I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, though. So a couple things before I go. Do not wait till Monday. One thing I say all the time, don't wait till Monday. What do I mean by that? Usually on the weekends is when we go nuts and we eat everything we want to eat and we like lose focus of what we're doing. Don't wait till Monday. All I'm trying to say is don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till after the holiday. Don't wait till the end of the year. Don't wait till the new year, because you know what happens. We say that, we go off the wagon, and then we never come back. And then we repeat that cycle over and over. Don't wait till Monday. Show some accountability. I'm sorry. I am going through my notes. I just want to like point these out before I go. Show some accountability. Sometimes for me, especially, accountability is a huge part in the success of my fasting. Being here is accountability. Being here is a way to just like be aware of what you're doing and telling yourself like, hey, like, this is a reminder that like you are on a health journey. You're on a wellness journey. You're here to make health and happiness a priority, to make it your number one priority. And why shouldn't it be? There should be nothing that trumps your health and happiness. Like, yes, I know, like we can sit here and talk about like your family and your kid, but like be here for your children, be here for your family. And how can you be here for that? By having good health. So like, please remember that. Okay, before I go, I said this last week. I'll say it again. I said it earlier on the stream. The perfect plan for fasting or for losing weight or for maintaining weight, the perfect plan isn't what I'm doing, but the perfect plan is the one you can be consistent with. Take the tools that I have shared, implement that, figure out what numbers work for you, figure out like the caloric intake, et cetera, and go from there. That is it. That's all I got. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave this message up the whole time. So guys, I do need to run because like I don't want my barber to be like, where the hell have you been? So I'm about to go. I want to do this at least once a week. If it's not a fasting roll call, it will be a video. Or at least if I can do a video and a fasting roll call, that would even be better. That would be ideal at this point with my workload. If this ever becomes a full-time thing, if I can ever make this a full-time thing, I would love to make daily videos and just like vlog about what I eat and what I'm doing and how I'm keeping healthy and how I'm keeping happy. And like maybe one day that will be a dream, and I would love that because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy like, this makes me stay healthy and happy. And like, if I'm able to help other people and give your lives back, like I would love nothing more than to do this. But okay, that's it. I need to play this outro because I need to dip. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I don't know where I put my files now. I really need to go. Okay. That music is playing, so this is gonna be it for me. I know there are other chats in here. I will read them later, but I do need to go for now. I will talk to you soon, guys. Have a good one. Take care, guys. Stay cool. It's hot out there. Happy summer, everyone. See you next week or in a couple of days when I post a video. Bye.